Hello everyone, this is Endgame R, so we're doing another unboxing of the breakdown of the demo. This is SD Gundam G Generation Genesis, and you're probably sitting here wondering, I've never heard of this game, and oddly enough, this is a import game, and it's fully in English, fully with subtitles. There's no English dubbing, there's just Japanese speaking, but that goes without really, kind of goes as expected with this kind of game. But the thing is that this game's very unknown. I mean, to the point where I accidentally just bumped into the game, and it's fully in English, and no one even knows aware of this. Lots of people do not know this game exists, as well as a few other games I will be covering here in a little bit as well. Well, to get right to it, the game does have an update on it. It's a 6 GB update. I didn't see any really reason to get this update. I didn't experience any problems or necessary to get this update. It's quite huge, so that's up to you if you want to get it. Well, to give you the basis of this game is that this game is more of like a, a rundown of all the generations of the Gundam series. And Gundam's a very long-lasting anime series about mech robots. And everyone knows that I'm not super big into mechs, but this game is more of a tactical turn-based RPG. And anyone knows me, I'm a huge fan of tactical RPGs, especially if they get released on console. The beauty thing about this game is that you really don't even need to know anything about Gundam to really get into this game. Because especially if you are someone who may be quite interested in Gundam, but don't know anything or just want to get a premise of it or a kind of quick rundown, it goes through all the generations of Gundam. Now, I won't say this covers everything, but it just gives you a quick rundown from the very first Gundam to where we are now in 2016. It's quite impressive what it does, and basically what it is that you have a group of people who are going through going through time. You're kind of there in the presence, but you're not like interfering with the timeline. You're just there to observe time and be a helping hand, as well as building up your troops, as well as leveling up and getting tactical and getting more creative on your tactics and building up quite a bit of army, as well as leveling up and unlock abilities and improving your mechs, as well as your other vehicles within the Gundam series. Basically, you're just, like I said, a bystander observing history through Gundam, and you can just be a supporting hand, as well as get pilots, create your own pilots, and so on and so forth, as well as get main pilots from the main series. It is quite impressive what this game offers, as well as the tactical base gets really complicated, as well as get quite challenging if you're not prepared, as well as have difficulty settings and goals you can set up for to try to shoot for. The game offers quite a bit, and it blows my mind to think that this game is fully in English, fully capable of anyone to play it, but it's only available in very, very minute places. By my understanding, this game originally was released for Japan only, and they made a special English version for, I think, belonging for the Chinese public, because if anyone knows, the Chinese group China finally got rid of the ban for consoles for this first generation ever. So I think that they made this release for the Chinese public because my copies came from Hong Kong, and the games I will be covering. And top of that, these games, if you watch the unboxing of the game, you'll notice that there is no rating board for this game, as well as the 2 other games I will be covering eventually here. They have no rating. There's no indicating what age bracket you should be to play these games, as well as letting you know what kind of violence is in the game. There's no rating. Go watch the unboxing again if you're quite curious on that. And that's quite fascinating to see a game with no rating whatsoever. And I can only think that either A, Hong Kong does not or China does not really have a rating system yet for their console games. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't understand why this never got a rating board. But it just blows my mind that this is a retail game without ratings. But what also is just what I was talking about, the uniqueness of it, is that the reason I think it came for the Hong Kong group or the Asian group is the fact that it's all in English. English is just commonly referred as the most commonly used language around the world. For better or for worse, that's what it is. So therefore, they released it all in English for that group to be, because most people would be able to buy it in those countries, because most people probably can't read Japanese. So English is the easiest adoption. What blows my mind is the fact that this was not released in the US, and it kind of upsets me that it wasn't released in the US, because this is actually a really good strategy game, and it's exclusive to PlayStation 4. I mean, seriously, you cannot find this game, period. It's not on the PSN. You can't even download DLC for this game. It does not exist for us in the West. It's just such an interesting concept, and as well as a great how do you say, gateway to get people into the Gundam world. And I just can't help but feel that they felt like no one here in the US likes Gundam or has anything to do with Gundam, so they didn't bother to release it here. So I mean, I'm not big in Gundam. I'm not part of it, but I won't act like there's a no fan base here in the US. And on top of that, this game, you really don't even need to be part of Gundam. It's just a beautiful and great tactical game that you can play on your PlayStation 4. As well as, to stop and think about that, a strategy game that's only on console. I don't even think this is available on PC because it is exclusive to PlayStation 4. As well as being a very fun and very artistic and simplified design. Now, if you're a stickler for graphics, it's not going to blow you away in graphics. But if you're a fan of strategy and some decently fun gameplay, then you're in a good ride with this one. The only problem is that the game's getting quite expensive, so if you're going to want a copy, you might want to look into it now. But I don't know how many copies or how many is available, but you bear that in mind, that I don't think that this is going to last very long, these copies. It's much like the Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball. It's just, the game consists of, like I said, you're the purple people you want to see on the left side, that's my troops. While the people that, I'm being attacked right now, that's kind of the people part of the story. You're just there observing, and as well as killing the opponent to get your troops stronger, as well as observing history through what was really happened in the Gundam series anime. And I can't just help but felt this was very fascinating, that where it's not like they made a whole story around it, they just made it because like you get to observe it, as well as build up your army, as well as play out the story of the Gundam world, as well as get some awesome animations, because there's some really cool animations that goes on, as well as just the feeling of progression, as well as build your own character, because it makes you feel awesome to know that this is your character in the Gundam universe, and this is your mech that you're leveling up, getting more stronger. As well as that it's got more tactical features, like every time you kill an enemy, that gives you a new wind, so you can make another move, as well as you can get a super high, where then you get like critical hit chance much increased, as well as capture the enemy's units, so that you can use them for your own army. This is like one heck of a tactical RPG that should be more loved and well known for how much depth there is and how much fun it is. Yes, it's maybe not the biggest name title out there, but it's not right to be only limited to certain groups of people, as well, especially if you got a fully English version here ready available. So I just can't help it. I wanted to make this video as soon as I can to get you guys to let you know about this game and try to get a copy if you're truly interested as a physical collector. Even if you're not a Gundam fan or someone who may be into strategy games, this is well worth a look. Trust me, it's a pretty fun game to build up your army, as well as observing through the Gundam series without having to watch the anime. I have to highly recommend this game. I've really enjoyed it. The only little problem I had is that there's no online features, so you can't play against another person's army. I thought that would have been really cool. Maybe they can do it in the future, and hopefully they can eventually get popular enough so we can start getting an American version, or I don't want to just act like all America versions, but a PAL version, and in other countries as well. Other people get the right to enjoy such magnificent game like this, as well as the other games I will be covering here in a little bit. I will leave links down in the description if you're interested in the copy, and if you want to see more videos, or the videos I'm going to be covering here in a little bit as well of these kinds of games, hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And like I said, look at this game. Maybe not for your taste, but if you're a collector, don't pass this up. It's pretty good. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.